everybody, my name is Shazanae, and today I'm really excited. As normal, I went to the mall with my daughter to walk around, and every time we do, I get into trouble. So I always go into Sephora, and today I did get a few things at the mall. I went to Sephora and I went to MAC. So let me really quick, I don't even know where to start this video. Basically, let me explain the video to you guys. Basically, I went to Sephora and picked up two things. Now, this video is only going to be about one of those things, which today we're going to be looking at Too Faced Coconut Cocoa Contour Chisel to Perfection contour palette, because I have been debating on getting Kat Von D's contour palette. I saw a lot of reviews on it, and nobody said anything truly bad about the contour palette, at least what I saw for videos. So I was like, okay, I'll go get it. And then I really love Too Faced. I love their products. I was looking at their melted lipsticks. I love their palettes. You guys know that I'm doing that 3-part series on that Sugar Pop palette from Too Faced. So I went into the section of Too Faced and I saw this and I'm like, ooh, like I really, really like it. So this is going to be a 2-part video. It's going to be one video, but the first part is going to be my first initial reaction to this palette. Take a quick look at the colors, you know, do little swatches of them, talk about the packaging, and all that stuff, because I think that's super important when you're out buying a, looking for a makeup palette or whatever you're looking for. I think packaging is so important. It can make or break your product. So I figured that would be fun for the first part, and then for the second part, which I'm probably gonna film maybe tomorrow or sometime this week, and show you how it applies to my face. So I'll be doing my whole face on camera for you guys using this palette, so that will be the second part. So whenever I get to film that this week, we will film it. So that's that, but really quick. So you can skip ahead. There'll always be a number here because I ramble all the time in my videos. So there'll be a number, you can skip ahead. But really, really quick, I'm so excited because I went to MAC, like I said, I picked up 2 lipsticks, and you'll see these lipsticks when I do my MAC collection video, but I finally got Candy Yum Yum. I'm so excited. I opened up in the car. I couldn't even control myself because it's been sold out for so long, and they're always like, oh, we can mail it to you, we can ship it to you. Like, I'm an impatient person, and this is why I have Amazon Prime, so things get to me fast. I was like, I'm all set. I'll just come back, and I probably would have gone a lot sooner if I did that, but I got 2 different colors. I got Candy Yum Yum, and I got Max Red. I'll just show you both because both are gorgeous, but definitely the red one's going to match my outfit better, just because I want to wear Candy Yum Yum. I'm going to wear it for this video, so if it clashes, I apologize. But I'll show you red first because it's beautiful. I'm not going to do swatches. I'll save that for the MAC video. But this is my pride and joy. Just this camera sucks at doing any justice whatsoever. I love this lipstick so much. I'm going to put it on my face right now. Okay, I'm feeling a little Nicki Minaj right now. Like, you see it? Maybe? A little bit? No? Okay. I know it totally doesn't match my outfit. I'm definitely going to take it off before I go to work, but I just had to put this on my lips. Like, I just needed it to touch my lips, and it did, and I love it so much. There's a mirror behind you guys. This camera does not do well with colors, and that's why I'm saving up for a really good camera. This camera works awesome for any other purposes, but to show you true colors, it's not great at, but I'm in love with this color, and I'm going to wear it for the rest of the video, so if it bothers you, I don't care. I'm totally kidding, I care. Kind of. Okay, with that spasmania stuff out of the way, we'll jump right into the palette. So, like I said, I was in the Too Faced section, and I wasn't going into the Too Faced section to look for a contour palette. I was actually going there to look for with that Sugar Pop palette, there's 2 more just like it. So I was looking for another one to get to show you 3 more eye looks, and this happened to be in that section. So I don't know if this is new or not. I couldn't tell you how long this has been out, but this is what it looks like. I think the plastic's supposed to go there. So it does have a mirror on top, But then those are 4 colors, and then it comes with a brush. We'll take a closer look at the brush. So it looks like it has 2 highlighting colors and 2 bronzing colors. So the highlighting colors is called Light Cocoa, which looks like that, which is gorgeous. Pop of Light, which is the next color. So that's what that looks like. One is a lot lighter than the other. You can see that Light Cocoa is a lot lighter than Shade of Light. The other thing that I'm noticing is that Light Cocoa, which I'm trying to point out to you guys, Light Cocoa is like a matte shade. So if you don't like shimmery highlighting colors, Light Cocoa would work perfectly for you. And then Pop of Light is more of a like pinky undertone, and it does have a little bit of shimmer in it. So if you do enjoy shimmer, then you can use Pop of Light. Personally, I can see myself getting use out of both of them. I would probably use Pop of Light more if I'm going out, or maybe it's like a spring day and I'm going to the beach and I just want like a little bit of makeup on. Then I would probably use Pop of Light because of the shimmer. I really like shimmer if I'm going outside and I'm gonna be, you know, in the sun and it's gonna sparkle and stuff. With pigmentation just from on my fingers, it's extremely pigmented. Both colors are gorgeous, which I'm so excited for. So with that being said, let's go on to the bronzers. So we have Medium Cocoa, which is right here, and we have Dark Cocoa. So let me compare those colors. Both of them are mattes. The only shimmery color in this palette is this highlighting Pop of Light color, which I'm also very excited for because the Physicians Formula bronzer that I have been using forever is shimmery, and sometimes that's okay with me, sometimes it's not. So I have been looking for matte bronzer, so I'm really excited that both of these are matte. I wouldn't have been mad if one was shimmery and one was matte, but I feel like the makers of this was probably like, people are probably gonna want matte bronzers more. I feel like matte is just like huge in the beauty world right now. I might be wrong, but I feel like matte is in right now. So there are definitely 2 different colors. So I feel like they couldn't decide which one to make shimmery maybe. I don't know. But anyways, this one is Medium Cocoa. You can't really see it. I don't know which one would work better with my skin. That's medium, and then this is Dark Cocoa. Whoops, I just wiped off Medium Cocoa. So that's medium and that's dark right next to each other. I hope you can kind of see that a little bit. That was medium. They're just 2 different browns. Medium Cocoa almost has like a grayish undertone to it, while Dark Cocoa is almost like a yellow undertone, like more of a true brown. Oh, that's weird. Oh, okay. It did it with the highlighting colors too. It's not as pretty anymore because it's swirled, but that's okay. So, I don't know which one. This one was medium and that one was dark. Wow, dark is dark. I think I'm probably going to end up using Medium Cocoa on my skin. Just quickly swatching it and putting it, like, dusting it into my skin. It seems to blend pretty nicely, but they're still, you know, visible. They're still, which you want it to look natural, but you obviously want to be able to see it too. So, I really like those colors, but we'll take a closer look at them when I actually put them on my face. So let's go ahead and look at the brush that it comes with real quick. So it comes with this little tiny angled brush, and it says Contour Buki. Oh, like a kabuki, but a contour buki. I got you. And it says Too Faced on the other side. It came in this little sleeve, and it's just this little. Oh, mine is a little messed up. I don't know if that happened when I dropped it, but ooh, it's really soft. Really, really soft. Oh, that's nice. That's nice on my face. It's really, really soft. It's small. It's a little bit dense, which I like. I like to have my contour brushes that have a little bit of density, so it's not like, and the whole thing kind of flattens out. I like it to be a little bit dense, so I'll be able to blend it in nicely. I don't know if I necessarily will use it because I have so many contour brushes that I like, but who knows? I might like this a lot better than my other ones. So that was part 1 of this review about this kit. Like I said, part 2, which is coming up in 2 seconds, is going to be me applying it to my face, and I'll explain a little bit more of how I'm going to do it when we get to that part. Okay, so for part 2, it's the next day, and I already took a couple steps to get us started. I already went ahead and filled in my brows, and I also primed my face with Benefit's Professional Face Primer, and I also put my foundation on, which currently I'm using the brand Flower from the drugstore. Awesome foundation. So I explained in the first part that I'm going to be doing 1/2 of my face the normal way that I contour, which means that I'll be using my cream palette, and then I go over that with powder contour. And then on this side, I'll be doing strictly powder contour. And I figured that this would be a good way to see how the product works with and without extra product. Like, is it a palette that I can get away with just itself? Is it a palette that I need a little extra oomph to help make it more pigmented and make it more noticeable, make it more, whatever. That's what we're here to find out in this part number 2. So I have the Cocoa Contour Palette. If, of course, you saw the first part. I had packed it away though, so I wouldn't get it messy. So we took a look at the colors already. So I'm not going to go into detail, but we'll probably be using medium cocoa, and then we'll be using light cocoa for the highlight, which is the matte shade. So I am, this is kind of a kill 2 birds with 1 stone sort of video, because you're going to kind of see my face routine along with this first review. So we're going to be working on this half of the face first, because that is the side that has the most product on it. So I'm taking my cream contour palette, and I always use this color right here. So I just take my finger, sometimes I have a brush, I just don't have it with me, but I just take my finger, and I'm going to start back here by my ear and just drag the cream right where I would apply my contour. Okay, then for my forehead, I started at my widow's peak, and I followed that down and connected it to my jawline contour. And I did the same down here by my ear and across my jawline. So I kind of made this kind of 3 shape. So I'm going to go ahead and blend that in really nicely. So again, the way that I would normally contour with cream makeup. Okay, so I had to adjust the camera a little bit. I apologize. I went from there to here, but that's okay. So I'm going to continue my contouring as I would on this side. So next I take a True Match foundation that's much lighter than my skin tone, and I use this as an under eye concealer. So I'm just going to dab that right under my eyes and kind of drag it down a little bit to create a little tiny triangle. That is not a triangle by any means. It's supposed to be like an elongated triangle, but I never did well with shapes. So I'm just patting this, and I'm bringing it back to the temple, right near where we contoured by the temple. And I'm bringing it right up to my nose and up to my eye. So I'm going to just wipe off my finger on a paper towel and just keep blending this out really nicely. Okay, so that once that is blended out, then I'm going in with, oh, there it is. I didn't know where it went. My Maybelline Master Conceal, which is a little bit darker than the foundation we just used. And I put like a little bit on the back of my hand, and then I'm going right under where we just highlighted. And again, I'm dragging it out in the same pattern. But then I'm going to bring it down to my nose and kind of flick it out. And I'm also going to use this concealer for in between my eyebrows. I tend to get a little bit red, so now I'm just covering up redness. This really doesn't have a ton to do with contour. It does a little tiny bit for the area I just did, but it's mostly for redness on my face. I have a little bit of breakouts here. I really don't break out often, but when I do, oh, they come out strong. Okay, so we covered up some of the redness, and I'm going to put a little bit on my eyelids as an eyelid primer because I'll be doing my face makeup after this video. So while we're here, we might as well prime the eyes. Then I go back into that cream contour palette, and there's like a white shade in the very corner, and I take that with my finger and I'm just dabbing that on the area that we just covered up with the that lighter foundation. This is just going to give me a bit more of a nice highlight and really brighten up the area really well. Okay, so we're finally moving on to the part that we all anticipated, because now is when I would go back in with my normal bronzer and highlighter and just kind of accentuate the areas that we already kind of contoured. But this time we'll be using this palette. So I'm just taking an angled brush. I'm actually not going to use the brush that came in the palette just yet. So I'm going to go in, like I said, to medium cocoa. Kind of tap off the excess. So we're going to see how this works, on top of our contour. So literally I'm just going right on top of where we applied that cream bronzer. Wow, this is really, it's really pigmented. It's dark. I mean, this is the lighter of the two, and it's pretty dark. It's definitely like a cool toned bronzer out of the two. This is the cooler toned one. Like I said, when I went over the colors, this was more of the one with kind of the gray undertones. But do you see that? I mean, this is nothing, and then this is contour. But I really like this a lot. I used very little because I didn't know, like, how well it was going to show up. And if you use too much bronzer right away, it's very hard to blend in and make it look a little bit more natural. But yeah, I mean, a little goes a long way with this palette so far. Okay. I'm just making sure I don't look bizarre. Okay, wow. I'm really impressed so far. Alright, so that is the side with the cream contour. Maybe it's just like dark because there's cream under it too. I don't know. But I'm going to do the exact same thing on the side, but this time we're working off of nothing but foundation, so and a tiny bit of concealer in that area. So okay, so it's going to be really hard for you guys to tell on camera, but this side is so much different than this side. It's gorgeous by itself. It definitely shows up really nicely. Okay, I can't blend to save my life. It does blend nicely, I just can't do it. The color shows up really well, and a little goes a long way with this palette. What are you doing? So I'm just blending that out, but I can tell like a big difference between both sides. So I might have to, just for the sake of looking the same on either side, I might go over cream on the side. But what I'm getting out of it is that you can use this by itself and still get a really nice contour. But if you want sculpted, a sculpted face, then you're definitely going to want to use like a cream or something under it. So that was the bronzer. So we're going to do the highlighters next. And I'm just going to take a flat foundation brush for this because I can. And I'm going into light cocoa again. And I'm just going to pack that a little bit on the brush. Well, that just got everywhere. And I'm going to pack this right onto our highlighted area on this side. Now remember, this is the side with the much more product than the other side. And I'm liking it. It's really brightening up the face, making it look really nice. I'm just going to pack that down here as well. Yeah, that's really nice. Okay, and then on the side that doesn't have anything, it's not, it's showing up. It definitely is showing up, but not as well. Not nearly as well with a base under it. Okay. I really enjoy this palette. So that's my first review or first impression about the palette, is that I really, really like it. But I feel like you can get a lot more out of this palette if you use a cream or some sort of base under it. I mean, you can see just from looking straight on that this side is much more defined and chiseled, and this side is kind of more natural. But that could be a good thing. Some people don't like this. Some people don't like a lot of contour. They just want like a natural thing, especially if you're in high school, or you know, you're just going on a casual date. You don't want heavy makeup for whatever you're doing. This is perfect. But I really like to get like chiseled features and stuff. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do is I'm gonna go over this in the cream again, and then go back over it with the Cocoa Contour palette, and then I'll be back with you guys to give you my final thoughts and opinions. Okay, so I tried to make both sides match up as best as I could, but I found it really, really difficult. Even now, they're not 100% even, especially in the cheek area, but I don't think it's really noticeable to anybody else. But because I'm doing a contour video and I'm really paying attention to them, I can definitely tell the difference. But I really, really like this palette a lot. I like that I can wear it alone and get away with it, and that it still shows up really nicely. It still gives me a really beautiful finish, but I like that I can also add a cream and kind of intensify the colors. So this palette is definitely gonna be a staple in my makeup collection. I love this palette. I'm really happy that I decided to purchase it, because I really, really, really love this palette, and it's so versatile, and that's what I love most about it. Besides that, the colors are gorgeous, the payoff is gorgeous, there's not a ton of fallout, and it's just all around really 2 thumbs up for me. Good job, Too Faced. Is the end of the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed this first impression slash demo slash review slash whatever else you want to call it of this palette. If you enjoyed, please leave a thumbs up. You can also subscribe if you don't want to miss any new videos. I'm also on Instagram and Twitter, both as Shazanae. And until my next video, I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.